Hello, I'm Kevin McGregor. I'm joined by Emma Kelly. We are students of Sustainability Management at St. Petersburg College and wanted to share with you a little bit about living lawns and how they help support biodiversity. On the screen here, you see some frog fruit, which really helps support our pollinators and also helps to fix nitrogen to the soil. So they're great for if you're going to go through and plant a garden. You can put in some tomatoes and peppers and things like that, and it will feed on the nitrogen that the frog fruit is putting in the ground. The frog fruit forms a very dense mat, so it also helps to collect the dew and makes it precipitate down into the soil there with it. So it keeps itself moist, and any insects that are part of that living lawn benefit from that water as well. Now the root system.
Frog fruit or matchsticks uh, does naturally fix nitrogen to the ground.
The root system on the frog fruits is really quite thick.
Soil in place. Now, in contrast, this frog fruit, is
The root systems are really quite dense and helps to hold the soil together and bring the water down into the soil and draw the nutrients up, as well as fixing that nitrogen to the soil as well. Even though this soil sample I pulled around midday, the soil was still quite moist, and we had not received any rain in the last week or so. These are some of our pollinators. At the bottom of the screen is a rather large bee, and at the top of the screen is another smaller bee. And they are feeding on a flower that I know as shepherd's needle. And I'm right on top of them here, and they absolutely have no care in the world that I'm there recording them and taking photographs. Now, among the other insects that call a living lawn home, we have, of course, crickets, hummingbird moths, and our native bees will either nest inside of the hollow stems of flowers or inside of hollows in wood. They also nest inside the ground and just simply lay a little ball of pollen with the egg that they lay in there. Now, herbicides and insecticides kill all of our ground nesting insects. Mowing removes those hollow stems that they need to use as their shelters for their nests. It's a picture of our hummingbird moth. When it flies, its wings are moving very, very fast, just like its namesake of a hummingbird. And we also have a nice picture of a wolf spider. And as you can see there, as I reached towards it, it just simply ran away and wanted absolutely nothing to do with me approaching it. So you would never even know that you have hundreds of them in my living lawn. They just simply get out of the way. Now, other predators, such as fireflies, can take up to 2 years to pupate in the soil. During that time, they're eating insects like earthworms and crickets. And dragonflies, another aquatic predator, can take up to 5 years to go through its pupal stage before it is ready to become an adult. And they are very susceptible to any kind of pollutants in the water or nutrient loading, which our grass lawns account for approximately 50% of the fresh water use in our urban areas, depending on what source you're looking at. So just imagine, for a fraction of your water bill, the time you spent mowing, which is running on fossil fuel and outputting more carbon, and the clippings and chemicals they're adding to the urban pollutant runoff during rainstorms and while you're irrigating your yard. Don't forget when you're thinking about the cost of everything to pay yourself for the time that you are using mowing, maintaining your lawn equipment, and dealing with all that rigmarole.